Welcome to Black Renaissance, everyone. We've got a wonderful show for you today. First up, we have two San Francisco activists here to talk about the Black Trans Lives Matter movement. We'll also have a conversation with Anita Gardine, one of just a few African-American female tech CEOs in the city. And we'll have KPIX 5's own Liam Makelim's talk with entertainer Cheryl Lee Ralph. Last but not least, we'll hear from etiquette coach, author, and business owner Karen Kennedy. But first, let's welcome Vice President of Political Affairs at the Harvey Milk Democratic Club, Manani Clay, and the first ever transgender commissioner of the Department of Veterans Affairs, Veronica Fembers. Welcome to both of you.
Hi, thank you for having us.
It's so good to have both of you here today. And the subject that we're talking about today, we've all been so aware of the political turmoil that's been going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, but there's also a Black Trans Lives Matter movement that's going on right now in San Francisco. Tell me a little bit about that and what really precipitated this sort of unrest and the activism around it.
Well, I think I'd let Manani speak on that first. Manani, would you like to talk about it?
I would love to. Back in January, the Milk Club started out the year with a Black Lives Matter panel. It was the first, to my knowledge, in San Francisco. It was led by 4 Black women. And it was really kind of an eye-opener for us. Very just informative, collaborative, and we really were able to highlight some of the gaps in our in the way that we are supporting our trans sisters.
And you've had the opportunity since then to actually have some activism out there, marches in the vein of some of the black brunches that we've seen with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes, absolutely. On February 28th, to wrap up Black History Month, the one month that we have traditionally been given to celebrate our histories, we held a queer Black Lives Matter rally and march in the Castro, just calling out the Castro for some of the just racist and classist norms that we are experiencing there.
Sounded like a powerful march, and I know I got a chance to read some statistics just about trans women and some of the obstacles they face when it comes to violence against trans women. You actually have a friend who was a victim of violence very recently.
Right. My friend Taja de Jesus, and they've named a coalition after her. She was only 33 years old, and she was found murdered in a stairwell, I think stabbed 37 times.
Terrible.
And her family came to support her, and we all supported her family. But I mean, this has devastated our community because she was just a vibrant, wonderful human being. And the loss of life is just a terrible thing to have for anybody, but it just shows that there's no safety. And we're trying to have safety amongst us. We need jobs. There's a lot of things we need, but safety is very important, because if you're killed for just being yourself, that means I can leave out of my house and say good morning and be killed 5 minutes later by somebody who just doesn't like the fact that I'm trans, which is unacceptable.
Such an important movement, both of you doing great work in it. You're also both active in other areas as well, though. You're on the San Francisco Pride Board, correct?
Yes, I've been on for a year or so, and I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of things coming up. We have a lead-in for Pride, but I'm the transgender member, the first one they've had in about 2 years.
Okay, that's fantastic. And also, you wear many hats as well, so you're also working on some things.
I do. I am very proud to have been involved for a number of years now with the San Francisco Black Leadership Forum, where I sit on the executive board.
That's fantastic. You ladies are doing remarkable work within the trans community overall, and just within the gay community overall, and bringing, I think, a voice to some issues that not a lot of people are really aware are out there. I think particularly when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement, I think that's a voice that has been left out in a lot of ways. Would you agree? Oh,
I definitely agree, because we're almost like the silent. I think trans people have generally been brushed aside. I usually attribute or describe us as being the sole on the shoe, where you're on the bottom. And unless you speak out, people will continue to put you on the bottom, and you won't have a voice. And if we don't speak out now, it'll be too late. We'll be in demise. Everyone will be gone.
Well, thank you so much for bringing your powerful voices. And I know you wanted to make a shout out. Let's hear that.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to the valet drivers that park my car at the VA. I'm a veteran, and they park. So I wanted to give a shout out to all the valets that park our cars at the VA at Fort Miley.
They will be very happy to hear that, I'm sure. For more information on SF Pride, you can go to sfpride.com. That's sfpride.com. We will be back shortly with more Black Renaissance.